Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I know for a lot of you all, um, some of you are still in, the bed sleep. Over here it's like 3:15 in the evening, and it's kind of warm today, but it's doable. Um, I was speaking with some brothers earlier today, and we all have that mindset of doing something here. Although the brothers I'm talking with, they may be in Zanzibar. Some of them are here also. Um, when you talk about getting into projects, that's a project that you got to maintain. That's a project you have to maintain just as much as your own faith. Your faith has to be maintained and trust and believe. You're going to come up with some oppositions. Period. You may have your family members that may call you crazy uh, due to your belief. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen regardless how you may think, oh, this is my family, they're very loving and things of that nature. But as long as you have the devil in and around, floating around inside the details, you're going to run into some issues. And it's going to test your faith. It is. It's going to test. It will. That is one of the that's like one of the facts that it's going to do. It's going to test you. But we have to maintain it. My thing is this. Don't wait to for you to get tested. Put yourself to the test. Put yourself to the test. Um, or like they say, people say, "Oh, skin folks are not kin folks." That is so true. And some of them may be kin folks and still come out and do some hideous things to you, low down, dirty things. But you got to maintain your faith. You have to maintain it. Our faith is your life. And where we get our life from? The Most High. We have this privilege that He gives us of breathing. It's a privilege to be breathing. But some of us take that privilege of breathing. A lot of us take breathing for granted until your supply been cut off or it's been, what's the word? Repossessed. When I say repossessed, I'm talking about the Most High saying, you no longer have that privilege of breathing. So that breath of life that we have in us is one that we should scrutinize. How we use our breath, how we say this, how we say that, how we do this, how we do that. But we don't. No, we don't. We'll come in and I see some brothers do some things, and I see some sisters as well. That will leave you kind of speechless as to what was, you were saying, what was this person thinking about, and things of that nature. And someone may be remorseful for what they did. I'm quite sure we all been in that predicament. We sit back and think things through and like, man, what was I thinking? We have that moment. But then you have some be like, he or she deserved it. Now that can be troubling. That can be troubling. Oh, hold down. Just a moment. Come on. That can be troubling. You can come on in though. D, you can come in. That's the thing that we find ourselves in. It's getting over it that can be a problem. It's getting over it. But we still have to get, eventually we're gonna have to move on. Regardless. We're gonna have to move on. We're gonna have to move on. And if we don't, you'll find yourself sinking further and further down that rabbit hole. People are gonna do what they're gonna do, think what they're gonna think, and say what they want to say. Whatever judgment that lays in front of them, it will be with them. We're gonna have to just keep it moving off the top. We got too many things in this system to be concerning ourselves with and to be frustrated with. One, you're hated by all nations. Two, our own people can be an issue for us off the top. They can be that. And then, like I said, you have the whole world working in opposition to you. When I say this, we went to a particular neighborhood, and over in that neighborhood, you can get you can buy land over there for like $25 a lot initially. I'm gonna tell you what these people did. The Indians came in, brought up, ooh wee, good night. They have one of the biggest lots over there, blocked off, where he's raising chickens and everything, all that. So when he did that, the price of the property went up from 25 to $360 some. That's what it went up to. So now, the brothers, now mind you, now I'm gonna show you how this game is. Oh, it's ridiculous. So when you saying your property that you own is worth $360 some, oh, you go stay at that price. Of course, now you used to getting $25 a lot to $300. Oh no, you didn't came up for the moment, and that's what he get our brothers at. They feel that this is their. Well, it could be a come up. It all depends on how they use the money. But for the vast majority of brothers who've been living in poverty and below poverty, no. Mm-mm. So now, the Chinese are buying up land over there, the same spot. And I'm like, what? This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're claiming we're waking it up. We're waking up Hebrews and things of that nature. And dude, where you can't even work together. And now you got all the other nations. Now you're saying you woke. You're saying you woke. You understand who you are. You understand what needs to be done. Only to find out you working on some dumb stuff. You still stuck back in the later years. When brothers and sisters that's real about their faith, about this awakening, they own it. No, we got to do this here. We got to do that there. We know these things. We believe these things. And we work with these things. If you're not willing to work towards those things, get out the way. Let the brothers and sisters that want to do this here, let them do that. Let them get in there and do what they need to do. Move on out the way. You're taking up space. Move out the way. It's just that simple. Because it's not just about you, him, or them. It's about all of us. And if the Most High deemed it necessary that your privilege of breathing be revoked, so be it. It is what it is, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You're just not going to sit there and think you're going to hinder brothers in their activities, what they're trying to do for a community or a nation of people. The world so far have us in the dust. They have us in the dust. They're looking back. Oh, we don't see them. The dust is, we just can't see them due to the dust. But this awakening is supposed to be something totally different. It's supposed to be. And don't get me wrong. You may have your brothers or sisters that may be on the ego or their money trip. But they trying to come up. They trying to get rich. They trying to get into a position where I'm going to put my foot on somebody's neck or my brother's neck. Some of them do have that mentality. Those are the ones that's not going to last long. When it's all over said and done, they're not going to last long. You can sit there and talk dumb all you want, but reality will be reality. You're not going to sit there and think you're going to hinder your brother, hold your brother down so you can come up this way. That's that little Babylonian mindset that you're supposed to get rid of. But you want to hold on to the fact, oh, I'm an awakened Hebrew, but yet and still you want to hold your brother down. That's some low down, dirty things. That some of our brothers and sisters practice, not just do, but practice. How can I get a position ahead of the game? For the vast majority of brothers, it's very few brothers that thinks about. I would just assume, let me say it that way. I will assume there's not a whole lot of brothers that's thinking about their brother's outcome or their welfare. All except for, when it comes to the awakening, you talk about why can't people, come out of Babylon and come out of these false religions? It's easy to say that. It's very easy to say it. Because our family members are those people that's caught up in that. Oh, they're going to be destroyed and so on. I can't say that. I cannot say that. I don't wish that upon my family members, nor none of my friends. The fact that they cannot see what I see. I was a privilege for me to see it. It was a privilege. But the Most High said, not one will be left behind. So that right there tells me they're going to have that same opportunity to see what's going on. And the lies that has been told and the truth about their bloodline. We just have to let the Most High move the way He needs to, the way He wants to move. That's maintaining our faith. We can't sit there and write our family members off. Yeah, someone may have cursed you out, called you this, called you that. It happens. And please, I wish you all can just hear some of the things my family members said. But I keep it moving. I encourage any brothers and sisters to keep it moving. You got a lot of things. Some of you brothers and sisters, I hear you dealing with some serious things. Some of you brothers, I hear dealing with cancer. And at the same time, they're still talking about you. Oh, he that black Hebrew Israelite. Whew. And would be vexing me. Why are you going through your treatment and trying to cope with whatever sickness that you may be dealing with? The devil has no mercy on Yah's people. Understand that. There is no mercy on Yah's people. And we should be the first people to understand that and to know these things, because nothing never came easy for us. Nothing never came easy for us. We worked hard. Our forefathers worked hard. Today, the slave master called them lazy. Here in Africa, these brothers, they work from sun up to sun. Boy, let me no, I ain't say sundown. They go well past sundown. Some of the brothers, a majority of them really, their business stay open 24 hours a day. What they would do, like say for instance, the husband, he may work 14 hours. If he have a son or a wife, they come in there, they relieve him. They sit right there at that store, trying to sell something around the clock, and yet and still we're the least of all people. You know, in my mind, you stand up 24 hours a day, you making some money somewhere. No, that's not the case. I hope later on this evening I will have the time to go by when it gets night. I'm saying 10 o'clock. And I'm thinking I record that. And you brothers and sisters want to see how they out there selling fish, how they out there as if it is daylight. And I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not saying that it's, what they're doing is wrong. No. What they're doing is to live. If you've been used to poverty, if you got any inch of, if you see a bright light, it may be dim, you go for it. Off the top, you want to go for it. You want to go for it. And these brothers and sisters, they going for it. They going for it. I'm telling you. Yes, they are. But maintaining faith, that within itself is a battle. And you just imagine now. Give me one. There's no need for imagination. It's a reality here. It is absolutely a reality. The average, I can't say that. Mm-mm. But what these brothers and sisters are, they go through and they contend with, it's because of the system that these nations has put in place, the laws that these nations has put in place. They're just not against me. They're more so against the native, the Negroes. These Indians come over here. They work on. They work here, where they do business here, and they do business uh, in India. And they may be the what's it say, third generation, second generation that was born in Dar, but they're citizens of this country as well as in India. They have privileges on both continents, on both, yeah, and that's what they do. And sure, you may be a white American. You have a business here, they still have a business in the United States. We're the only ones who can't do that. We're the only ones. At least they think that. Now you got brothers out here who's going to supersede their line of thinking. It's going to happen. We're going to supersede what they're thinking cannot happen. It's been put in us to do just that. I don't care if it's a chicken farm, so be it. Let it be a chicken farm. That chicken farm will break off something else. And they very well know this. This is the reason why they do not want diasporas back on this continent. Because you start to shed your understanding with the brothers and sisters here. They start to have that hope. Hope is a drug that they do not want our brothers and sisters to have. I mean, this is the whole purpose of religion. Oh, no. Don't go ahead and start a business and make a whole lot of money. All of that stuff is going to be done with. The Lord wants you will get rewarded in heaven. And we believe it. I never forget when I was a child, young teenager. Let me take that line back. I was about 18, 17 years old, growing up as a Jehovah's Witness. They spoke against going to college. Truthfully, I didn't want to go to college anyway. I was tired of high school. My mind was, I was going to go to a trade school, get a trade, go to work. And I did just that. I seen some friends of mine that went to college, came out of college, going to McDonald's with a suit and tie on for an interview. I cannot understand that to save my life. To be a shift manager. You went to college for 4 years to become a shift manager. Somebody shifted something inside your head. I find it crazy. But going back, when they taught this here, and we believed it, while the white kids was going to college and everything, in the same congregation I grew up, they was going to college. Now, not too many blacks. And then if we did have a black person that was going to college, they was from out of state. Majority of them from Chicago. And so their parents would link them up with a congregation in my hometown. And so that's how we got in contact with the person. You know, the thing that they fed was all they do is go to these colleges. The girls get in trouble with the guys, and they eventually fall away from the truth and things of that nature. And this is what they fed us. They fed us this stuff. And and it's not no excuse, brothers and sisters. We didn't know. When I say we didn't know who we were. White brother come and give a talk. Oh man, he's going on a pedestal. Don't let it be a circuit overseer. Yeah, movie star. Everybody want his autograph. But this is what we seen. And they're just not Jehovah's Witnesses. I mean, that's any church. I mean, it can be all black church. We fed into the lies. And when I say the lies, those lies went across the board. I don't care what religion that you was in. It went across the board. This is what they fed us. And we kept eating it. We kept eating it. Kept eating it. Oh, my reward is in heaven. These people in their nice houses, living all in the suburbs, they pimped us. That's what they did. They did. But now with this awakening, what did they say? Oh, you can't tell these Negroes nothing. No, you cannot. You cannot tell these Negroes anything no more. It's like we as a people, whether we woke or we still sleep, you literally have to disembowel yourself from a country that hated you. or hates you, not hated, but hates you. Everything that you never learn, you have to scrutinize it. I'm not going to say get rid of it, but you're going to have to scrutinize it. Alrighty. Jesus was born December 25th. There's nothing in the Bible that states this. It throws out Jesus. There's nowhere mentioned in the Bible. Original name, that is. What's his original name? Now you start doing research to find out his Hebrew name because they made him out to be a white European. These are the things we have to shed off. And unfortunately, some of us, although we say we woke, we still have the residue of Babylon and some of their teachings right along with it, as well as some of the business practices. People, oh, this is just business. It can be just business, but if that business deal harms your brother, don't sit there and think you go dress it up as a professional saying, oh, it's just business. That business can get you broke off. Of course, we do not supposed to be doing that to our brothers off the top. We do not. But it's that residue of the system in which we live in that can bring on those type of disagreements, arguments, fights. I tell you, if you want to see a people, now I'm gonna just go back to what when Yahushua said, "Woe to those that does not keep my Father's law." We're those people. Majority of black neighborhoods, go look at them. You will see the residue of accursed people off the top. You're going to see that. You want to see a sick people? Go to the black neighborhoods. You'll see more liquor stores. Well, back in the day, you used to see a whole lot of churches too. And that within itself was a conflict. You had a church at each corner and some in the middle before the block even ended. We have a battle in front of us, and it seems like that the battle is getting closer to its finale. It does, at least with this exodus that's looming over our heads. And if you know that, you have this feeling that something of a magnitude is about to happen, hold on to it. And at the same time, you got to maintain this. Of course, whatever you think you're doing, and especially to your brothers, make sure that it's according to law. And I'm not talking about man's law. Man make a law that simply say you can't do this and do that, but then it's a different law for them. We're not talking about that little sideways law that they call themselves pushing out upon us. That is, I'm talking about the law that our forefathers had or have had, and we have now. We're at a time, a lot of us have never seen before, have never seen, no witness, except for what's in the history books and the films and things of that nature. But with AI, no. Satan knew exactly how he held back technology. Because when he brought it out now, it's smack brand new to us. Think about this now, just for a moment. the early 90s, when that, where was the pagers? Everybody had a pager. Then came the brick phone. And then it came with the flip phone. Let's just take that from like 1990. I know that's maybe a little too. Yeah, 1990 we didn't have no cell phones. You're looking at about like 1995 and going forward. Let's just start at 95. 1995 up to now. You would think this cell phone been around for like 100 years, or at least 75, well, at least 50, and it hasn't. It has not. The home phone, yeah. Why all of a sudden this massive blast of technology starts popping up? They can take a cell phone now. You put it on a wall. You can find your stud. You can literally see the stud what you need to nail into or screw into. They have an X-ray machine now. It look like it look like a sheet of paper. That's what it looked like. It's just that thin. But trace down your leg and see where your bone is broke. Yeah, see it right there. Why now? Why that get to the 19th century, things start to speed up. Things start to speed up very dramatically. He know exactly how he's moving. And just like our forefathers in Egypt, he persecuted our people and at the same time gave them something to remember, not him per se, but gave us something to remember. Because he knew that one day these people would not be in Egypt. He's going to come and get his people. And he did, and the Most High did just that, came for his people. The same thing is about to happen right now. The same thing. We got used to running water, electricity, cooking gas, whatever. Nice cars, go where you want to go, and things of that nature. A lot of the facilities in Africa are not up to date. They're not up to date. A lot of the roads, whew, man, good night. They're not no easy thing to ride or drive along. But these brothers, they manage. The soil needs help. It does. So my point of saying it is, brothers, sisters, maintaining your faith starts now. Imagine you living this type of lifestyle. Of course, we are going to be put in a position, just like our forefathers, when they came out of Egypt. They seen this miracle of the Most High gathering all of his people from the four corners of the earth. That's gonna be the miracle of all time. He used, then at the same time, his judgment of the nations, what they call it global warming. We call it judging of a nation. That's what we call it. Now, we are going to be put in the same position because we can sit there and say, man, what was the Israelite thinking? They did this, they did that, the Most High did this for that. We're about to be put in that same position. We're about to be put in the same position. It's a reason why the nations kept Africa poor. What was the reason? They need that slave base. They needed that slave base. We may have been slaves in the United States. There was just as much as a slave here on this continent. They use our brothers and sisters just as much as they use us in the United States. If they raped our sisters here, they raped our sisters there. We're the same people. The faith we must maintain is the same faith that of our forefathers, leading back to Yahuwah. Off the top. This is where we have to maintain, because brothers and sisters, yes, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's some things that I'm not going to say that this here won't be there, that one. No. But what if it is not? How are you going to proceed? Are you going to get with Billy Bob and start complaining? Man, this water, I tell you, every time I look up, it's going out. The electricity keep going out. Why did the Most High bring us here? We are right there at the threshold of that. And my thing is, use forethought. Think about yourself being in a position like that. Think about you not having a refrigerator. Truthfully, all of those things, you say it's a necessity. Yeah, it can be. When it's all over said and done, it could be a luxury. Anything and everything that you think you have can turn around and be a luxury. Because the vast majority of the brothers over here, they don't have to have it. I got a TV here, right? The kids come over like they watch the movie, or like they come to a movie theater. They want to see cartoons. And I'm talking about, well, I say the kids, and as well as grown people. I'm serious. Down here, go down this road down here, you'll get to this bar. They have like one or two televisions, but it don't show channels like that. It just shows the soccer games. Those brothers and sisters, man, they be camped around that TV. They do. But we, in the United States, we have a TV in about every room. We have a television in about every room, including the bathroom, the kitchen, the living room, bedrooms. And that right there within itself can turn into it can turn into an issue. If you're leaving that particular country, when the Most High taking you out and putting you where you belong, that can be an issue. And you may have individuals like, no, I don't want to go because they used to what they're thinking they have. The question that we need to ask ourselves is this: are we preparing ourselves mentally for some type of change? And I can't say what the change is going to be, but there will be some type of change. That's one thing we all know. One, you're not there in captivity no longer. That's really number one change. And I think that's gonna be the only change. Well, that's not, it will not be the only one that we will be concerning ourselves with. It will not. As time goes on, and once brothers and sisters get over, the dust starts to settle when the Most High gather His people and put them back in their own land. and we started getting used to things. We come off of that high of his mightiness, of him performing the greatest exodus of all time. Then that's when complaints, unthankfulness start to show itself. Everybody, when this exodus happens, everybody named Mama gonna be holy. Everybody gonna be praising the Most High. Yes, when we we don't have that privilege of seeing the Most High mighty hand before our eyes. Now, but this is one time we may have that privilege of seeing that. And so, yes, if you never went to church in your life, yeah, you will. In an instant, you will be so holy. And it's going to be out of fear. It's going to be out of fear. Because now you sin something that our forefathers seen, especially those coming out of Egypt, seeing the Most High in their presence. And to see that in our lifetime, yes, that will be monumental. But it is the mindset that I would say that we need to have. Because truthfully, in the book of Revelations, the Most High, he said he's going to judge his people for the ones who had power over his people and how they misled and how some of them dealt treacherously with their own brothers. Oh, no. The Most High said he's going to deal with those. See, right now, they don't, time went on, people came and gone. And some of them feel that by the time that happened, I'll be dead and gone. That's some of them mentality, some individuals' mentality. It's a dangerous mentality, but it's your prerogative to think the way you want to think. But maintaining faith. Right now, it's like we should have done this yesterday or yesteryear. Because this is where we're at right now. I'm not trying to do all of this work just to complain. Truthfully, as history knows, it was our forefathers who built that country. Our forefathers. So what's the big deal of us coming here and doing the same thing we did there? What's the issue? Is it the fact that you're talking about getting up, going ahead and do some work? It should be looked at, it should be viewed as a privilege to say, hey, we're going there to do this here, to do that there. And now what our forefathers did when they was kidnapped, what do you really truly think we're going to do it the same way? No, it's going to be on a much larger scale. That's what it's going to be about. A very, I don't even think we can put words to describe what we're going to do. Some shows did it. Black Panther, when they had a scene in there, they were showing all of our brothers and sisters walking around like these floating buses and things of that nature in their own world. We are some intelligent people. We just was held down due to discipline. The Most High had to discipline us. And we had to understand where we came from, where we went to, how we was risen, and how we are going back. These are all the steps our forefathers had to go through in order for us to appreciate the position that the Most High has said from day one about you are a chosen race, a special people for his special property out of all the nations. Why did the Most High wait to get to Abraham and Sarah? That's what he did. You had Noah, his sons. Well, you had people living at that time, but he used to see only Noah and his family. The Most High was like it was as if he was searching through that bloodline, trying to find that right bloodline, till he came upon Abraham and Sarah. And it had to be something about those two, because when Abraham said, tell these little knucklehead men, I'm your brother. Of course, you're beautiful, and I know for a fact they will kill me just to marry you. The Most High did not play with that situation. He warned them to look here. If you don't send that woman back to her husband, I'm gonna lay you down. Was there any diplomacy in that conversation, brothers and sisters? Not one red cent. No, send her back to her husband. And he did just that. He did just that. There was 2 occasions, matter of fact, on that. And both of them gave Abraham, Sarah back to her husband. He told, do not touch that woman. Now, think about that for a moment. He didn't play with that. He did not entertain any type of unnecessary nonsense. You got somebody, send her back. And then here come Isaac. The start of a bloodline. And then here we are. Isaac had Jacob and Esau. Esau sold his birthright. And this is one of the reasons why I say, brothers, sisters, be mindful of your own birthright. You can sell your birthright down to this very day. And I know a lot of brothers, well, you can't sell it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And you be right there and sitting looking like an idiot because you took for granted your bloodline. And I'm quite sure, I ain't gonna say I'm quite sure, but the way the things are, well, when they came out with this oral, to give you a good example, and then you have to, use your eye, and then they'll register you into the system, but you have to use your eye or something. I'm like, no, I won't be doing that. But they came here to Africa. Told the people, oh, we give you $50 to do it. $50? Well, you already impoverished and you got $50. What do you think impoverished people do? That's $50 to feed their families. That's 100,000 shillings. That's what that is. To feed their family. They know that pretty much they're gonna have a problem with black people doing that. We seen the guinea pig situation. And we just don't jump at things like we used to. We don't. We do not jump like that no more. And we most definitely do not look at somebody in a white coat thinking, oh, he can be trusted because he got a white coat on. Not living. Those days are gone. When the doctors they played this role, we're like God. You don't want to mix that herb with this plant. And our brothers and sisters will believe that when the Most High said, the leaves are for the healing of the nations. And they scared. A lot of our brothers and sisters are scared to look into some herbs that can help them, whatever type of sickness they may have. And trust and believe, majority of the sicknesses are put there. They're put there. Chemicals are put in some of these foods that we eat. You got watermelons, no seasoning, tomatoes. You have a tomato growing inside of a tomato. Oh, we can stop world hunger because we can clone a tomato now. They can, um, and they have these clone tomatoes out there. Why are they talking about food shortages? A couple of years ago, they were talking about if they can stop food, world hunger. I tell you, that's one of those lies. That's one of those lies that you got to tell a lie to make up for that lie. But this is what they got out here, brothers and sisters. Just start putting yourself mentally in position um, for least. I mean, truthfully, I think a lot of you brothers and sisters are about to be forced into a truth in the United States, the way the food prices are. It's like they getting you prepped to do, getting you prepped um, for a very sadistic situation. You don't have food to eat. You want to see this animalistic come out of a man or a woman? That is not nothing nice to see. It's not. It is not something that you want to see. Because I mean, what we used to when we get hungry, you go get you something to eat. And if it's a beggar, he beg until he gets some money. He go right there and get him something to eat. May go a day or two without eating, but he knows what he has to do to get some type of nutrition in his body. This world is saying there's going to be food shortage, and the prices of food is going to skyrocket, as well as the gas. You're being put into a situation. That's what's happening. This is about to get serious, brothers. A whole lot more serious. You have brothers talk about it on their channels and things. It's one day it won't be talked. It will not be talked about. It's going to be something that you want to be seeing. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, that's left to the individual. That's left to the individual. But it's going to happen. The world the world is seeing it. They had on the news on a report that said that large numbers of white Europeans, well, I'm sorry, not white Europeans, white Americans are leaving the United States. Did not the Most High said that everybody would go back to his or her own country? It's happening now, brothers. It's like it's like, it's like everybody else is going where they need to go, but it's captivity and the laws of captivity that's holding us back. Because hey, Most High said He's going to gather His people. The other people, however they get back to their own land, if they got to take a taxi, so be it. The Most High did not say, I'm going to put everybody back in their land. He said, I'm going to put Israel back on in their land. That's the thing. And this is what we're witnessing right down to this day. Yeah, I mean, you got your other countries here in Africa, you do, but I think in due time, and that time is very near, where it's going to get to a point, like Yahushua told his disciples, I must go and prepare a place for you. I seriously believe a lot of these brothers that left European lands, Americas, and things of that nature, and come to Africa. I think they're the ones that setting, just paving the way. I seriously believe that they are the ones who's paving the way to have things comfortable. I would say, or at least livable. And it's livable right now. It all depends on how your mindset of living. And when I say that, I mean when it comes to that, now your surroundings is where you live at. You can step outside your house all you want, walk up down the street and everything, but once you get back to your house, that's the place that should be very comfortable. If you deemed it that you want this particular type of sofa, that's your business. That's what you want. Because you know once you get inside your house, you feel at ease. And if your house is not at ease, you may have a problem inside and out. But we're at that time. We're at that time. Um, Brothers and sisters that's out here putting in that work, let them do what they need to do to put that work in. Don't hinder them. Um, and if you're a brother or sister that's on this continent, you're doing business and things, make sure that your business that you do with your brothers and sisters is a business that's set on laws. And I'm not talking about man's law, because you know you're not going, you know for a fact it is absolutely illegal to do business in a way towards your brother. Most I say he hates what kind of scales was that? Defective scales. But the scales were tampered with. And he said no. But that's the nature of the world. And the world rubbed off on us as well as the brothers and sisters here. We'll have to get away from that. We'll have to get away from it. This is where we at right now. So I mean, work with some. I just spoke with some brothers earlier today. Uh, Three brothers, one by means of text, and there's some things we're trying our best to put in place. Because I tell you, brothers, without you brothers and sisters support, we hemmed up. When you go out there and get land, $25 a lot, when you can go ahead and build on it, grow stuff on it. The only ones that's seeing, the only people thus far that's seeing it, uh, the pros to it are foreigners. But the foreigners are calling themselves residency residents because they was born here. And the ones that were born here are still the poor ones here. That's the problem. The Most High woke us up. When He woke us up, He woke us up to working together. Now, if you don't want, I mean, if you have that privilege of being woke, and you choose not to work with your brother, all right, stand to the side. Stand to the side, play with your thumb, go tie your shoes or whatever. Move on out the way and let these brothers here work what they need to work with to get where they need to go to. It, that's all it is. Move out the way. Let these brothers do their thing. And we want to, unfortunately, we are in that, some of us are in that position right down to this very day. And it's sad. You see, our history comes from. Even if you're not woke, you know that your forefathers came from captivity, slavery, period. Now is that time for us to take action, to start building and growing as a nation, as a people. And as you grow, you're going to have those laws with you, regardless. Those laws cover everything you do. Every step you take, there's a law that you need to be abided by. And it's not saying that the laws are complicated or what's the word? Just going to hinder you in every motion that you do. No, it's not like that. When it comes to business, you're gonna know, all right, this is what I can't charge my brother interest on this here. But what we do? My brother, yeah, we charge him interest. Yes, we do. We do. But the law says you shouldn't. So which one you think holds weight? Man's law or Yahuwah's law? And that's across the board. And that question statement goes out to all of us. All of us. I'm not saying that you got an apartment building, you got an apartment upstairs or whatever, and you rent it out. Nah, you gotta pay to stay where you at. Period. It's just like you gotta pay to eat. But there are some things that the Most High did not allow for Israel to do to Israel. Period. And the way he had things set up, nobody would have went hungry. No one. For Israel disobedience, not only was hunger a problem, some of everything else become a problem because they just took the laws and mishandled the laws for the vast majority of our forefathers. Brothers and sisters, in this closing, we're setting things up. I hope later on this evening, I'm going to go to some land we have, and we're trying to make a determination whether it's going to be like to raise some chickens or a small, I ain't gonna say a small garden. It's pretty nice land, bit piece of land. And so we just go in there and take pictures of it, videos, and then post it, and then you'll see exactly what we're working with, what we're trying to achieve. Because it's going to we're going to move forward, regardless of what happens, regardless of what a person may say or do. We're going to move forward. Things will get done. Things will get done. And I know with the vast majority of you brothers and sisters you're looking at, you all been going back and forth to Tanzania a year. You're right. You're right. Something should have been done. That was my mentality. I mean, off the top. But the Most High moves in ways and he does things for his glorification. And it seems like he deemed it necessary that I separate me from that organization. And it is what it is. I mean, I'm not bent over, crying, depressed about his decision. I move on, keep it moving. I'm still doing the same thing that I came here to do. I'm going to open up a vocational training center. I'm going to do the farming. I am. Matter of fact, I'm doing the farming now. It's just on a little small portion of it. And once I free up from here, I'll take a video of a lot of stuff that's growing like passion fruits, lime tree, pumpkin. Those things are so viney. I didn't realize that pumpkin was so viney. I mean, it like just grows all over the place, and it wraps around trees and everything. Tomatoes, peppers, uh, watermelon. Um, yes, like that. What else? And some other uh, plants, but that's more so on the healing side. You literally have to talk with somebody that knows what these plants are and things because they, you know, they know what it's used for. I mean, I've seen some neighbors come over saying they need to get some leaves over here, and they go straight to that tree if they got any type of pain, and they take it back. Um, I will put it in the blender, but they don't use a blender. They something they call it. They grind it. They grind it, add water to it, and then they drink it. Um, so these are the things we're working with. We're trying to get things in motion more so, and I'm not trying to sit here and just and to be dormant. Excuse me. I'm not trying to be dormant. I'm trying to get some things put in place, and that we starting to see literally see progress being done. Progress being done. Things are getting done rather, and so the brothers and sisters know exactly, hey, this is what they got going on over here. They did this, they're doing that, and I would like to set up. Um, well, I hope to set up a camera. Only thing about it is it would have to be a wireless camera and with the internet, and that can get kind of expensive. A camera with the internet access on it, where it has its own modem and thing. So that remains to be seen because when you can have a camera, you can zoom in, you see how things got started, built up, and how you know stuff is growing. You be able to look at that stuff in live time, and that's what I hope to get to. But brothers and sisters, I'm gonna get ready to head out. Um, you all be safe out there. Keep your head on the swivel. Maintain your faith. Put your put yourself mentally in a position, and then ask yourself, how would you react? Because 9 times out of 10, if we don't do that, then we find ourselves acting out. Then we may find ourselves in a bad light with the Most High. Of course, it's not going to be people that you're going to complain with. It's going to be the Most High. And always keep this in mind too. Your breath of life is from the Most High. Don't let them come and repossess your breath of life. It ain't going to end well. Always look at your breath of life as a privilege of life. Your brothers and sisters, be safe. Shalom.